guys, thanks for joining me. We've got a full body sesh upcoming with no props, suitable for everyone, including our pre and postpartum gals. I will let you know when to modify throughout. So let's start down on the mat, okay? We're gonna lie all the way down. We'll just loosen up that back to begin. So lying down, let's take those arms out to a nice capital T. Extend your left leg long on the mat. Bring your right leg to tabletop. We'll take left hand outside that knee, take it across your body. Let's look over towards that right hand, just gently pressing that knee heavier and heavier towards the floor while your shoulder stays grounded. Taking a breath there. Enjoying this nice bit before we light that fire. Bringing yourself back through center, arms wide, extend that right leg. Let's bring that left leg to a up, hand to the knee, take it across your body as your gaze goes over to the left. Shoulder stays down as you work that knee to the right, opening up through that hip. Exhale, just pressing down into that stretch that a little bit deeper. And then coming back through center, let's bend both knees. We're gonna have those feet flat to the floor, arms down by your side. Now open up across your chest, lengthen that neck, give that head a bit of a shake side to side. Knees point to ceiling, toes reach forward. Bring your focus to your pelvis, your lower back, and let's just take a few tilts. So we're gonna imprint, flatten that back, and then just tip forward. Now, as you take this movement to begin, I want you to imagine that the only thing that exists are the bones of your pelvis, your thigh bones, and your lower back. Okay, they're just molding around each other as you tip forward and back. So there's no need to squeeze your bum, your thighs, your belly. All right, good place to really start before we roll all the way to our bridge. When you're ready, let's flatten that back down and we're gonna peel those hips up. You drive your knees forward, and at the very top of the bridge, there's a softness at your rib cage. So you've got a long line from your shoulders to your knees, and then roll back down piece by piece. Lower back pelvis, release at the bottom. And again, let's make that flow. So just enjoying those first few bridges, getting that spine moving. Can feel quite sticky, those first few, but you should loosen up with each rep, and then you'll start to feel that warmth in your muscles. The backs of those legs, the length through the front of the thighs. And of course, your deep abdominals are starting to fire up there too. Driving those knees forward. Now we have quite a progressive bridge set to come here. So just be mindful, not every level might be for you. You take what you fancy today, depending what challenge you're up to. We're gonna go for 4 more, just as we are. Really thinking about firing up those legs now, driving your heels into the floor and almost thinking about you pulling them towards you at the same time. 3 more. Let's go for 2. Press those shoulders into the mat. I know I always need to remind myself that because I'm so tight across my chest from all that baby carrying, physioing. All right, last one. Let's hold those hips up at the very top and stay there. Tailbone is tucked. Now pelvis stays really still. Can you just lift your left heel away from the floor? You slowly lower it and then you lift your right heel and slowly lower. Alternating heel lift, but nothing else changes. So if I couldn't see your feet, we wouldn't know that you were lifting one heel and the other. So we're not dipping through the hips. If you need to walk your feet a bit closer towards you, adjust as you need. Let's go for 4 more here. Hips stay nice and high for 3. And 2, take your time. Last one, lower the heel, roll back down. Bit by bit, release at the bottom. Let's roll all the way back up. Keep the hips level, keep them nice and high. This time you start with the left heel lift, but then you start to float the leg away from the floor to tabletop, single leg bridge position. You place the toes back down, roll back to the heel, foot is flat, lift that right heel up to the toes, you float the leg to tabletop, step by step. Find the floor with the toes, ripple that foot back down. Let's continue to alternate. Roll through the foot, then float the leg up. Catch the floor with the toes, down you go. Encouraging that very graceful movement there as we transition from side to side. Toes find the floor, down you go. Try and think about fixing that knee angle as you lift the whole leg. Then lower the whole leg. And lower. And again. Float it up. Hips might be wanting to drop at this point. Try and keep them lifted. Let's go 1 more each side. Really thinking about that anchored foot, the one that's grounded as the other one lifts. Toes find the floor, roll it down. Let's massage that spine back down bit by bit. And we progress. Let's roll it all the way up. Tuck that tailbone, hold at the top. Peel that left heel away. Lift that left leg to a tabletop, hold it. We're gonna go for a reach. Stretch that leg forward. Your thighs end up in line. Draw it back in. We go for 2 more. Stretch it away. Draw it back in. Stretch it away. Pull the knee over your hip. Let's replace those toes. Lower the heel, other side. Roll it up. Find that tabletop. Yes. Give it a stretch. Thighs in line. Draw it in. Inner thighs are active, stopping those knees from splaying out to the side. 1 more. Draw it in. Find the floor. Lower it down. Let's go for 1 more each side like that. Feels good. Lift. Float it up. If this isn't for you, remember it's just that leg float back to the floor. Stretch. Otherwise, let's really make it count. Stretch that leg away. Draw back in. Find the floor. Lower the heel. Last one on the right. Lift. And tabletop. Give me that stretch, like there's a target just beyond that big toe. Last one. Draw it back in, find the floor, lower the heel, roll back down. Oh yeah. All right, and again, let's go for it. Tuck that tailbone, drive those hips up, hold it. We're gonna peel that left heel up. Find that tabletop hold. This time, can you stretch that leg to the ceiling as much as that hamstring will allow? Flex your foot, you wave it down a little bit beyond that right leg. Point the toe up to the ceiling. And again, 2 more, wave it down. This is harder. Lift it up. Let's go 1 more. How much can you stretch that leg? It's a tall order with those tight hammies. Lift it up, bend the knee, find the floor, ripple the foot. Let's take it to the other side, roll it up. Find that tabletop, give me your stretch. Flex to wave, point to lift. 2 more, flex wave, point to lift. 1 more, ooh. Point to lift, bend the knee. You know where we're going, we've got 1 more each side. All right, legends, let's do it. Peel the left heel, find the tabletop. It's a stretch, wave it down. Point to lift, really travel, wave, and point. 1 more, point to lift, bend, find the floor, last one on the right, hips up, tuck the tailbone, glutes on, lift, float the leg. There's something for everyone. Take what feels good for you today. 2 more, point lift, last one. Point lift, bend the knee, find the floor, lower the heel, lower down, take a moment, last round I promise, it's shorter. Let's roll all the way up, tuck that tailbone, lift. We're gonna lift that left leg to tabletop. Stretch that leg to ceiling. Flex your foot. Give me a footprint to the roof for 8, 7, 6, 5. You've got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Replace the foot. Lower the heel. Other side. Let's finish it off strong. Lift. Tabletop. Stretch. Flex. Let's go. 8, 7, 6. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bend, toes, find the floor, drop the heel, down you go. Ooh, that was a marathon of a bridge set. Take a few little pelvic tilts, release that lower back. Take your hands to stop signs, feet as wide as the mat, and just wring it out. Knees one way and the other. Feel free to take your gaze in the opposite direction to your knees. So good. And then bring the knees back to center. Just give them a bit of a cuddle. Really round your back, which should feel good after all that extension work. Okay, feet back to the floor. All right, we're gonna get into a bit more targeted core work here. Okay, so my preggies in particular, listen up. You're gonna keep your head and shoulders down for the next set. All right, from here, walk your feet forward a little bit. Just increase that knee angle slightly, hands flat to the mat. Pelvis stays still in that nice neutral position. Let's float that left leg up above your hip to a tabletop, okay? You slowly replace that foot, knee angle remains. Then we take it to the right, lift that leg. It's a very similar movement to in that bridge, obviously keeping that pelvis in neutral rather than tucked under at the top. Alternating that leg float without rocking those hips from side to side. So feeling that connection between your hip bones. You can use your hands just to check your pelvis is really steady, because odds are if you're keeping your back, your pelvis really still, you're going to be working nicely through that core. My postpartum girls, that sensation might still be returning here, so don't stress. That's where I find those hands can be really useful. You can also have a feel of those ribs. Are you moving them? Feel that expansion as you inhale, and then they really depress down as you exhale. Good job. Continuing here, we're going to take one leg up, just like in our second round of bridges. You add that stretch. You draw it back in, and then replace the foot back down. Lifting one leg up, add that stretch, and then draw it back in and lower. So my preggies are going to continue like this. You might like to take 3 leg stretches in a row before you lower and take it to the other side. All right, those who are up for a chest curl today, we're going to curl head, neck, and shoulders up, and I want you to collect your knees and pull them in towards your chest. So we're really tight like a ball. Bring that chest right up towards those knees. From here, we keep a hold of your right leg. I want you to extend your left leg long and straight. It hovers off the mat. You're then going to swap and change. Bring left leg in for a cuddle as you reach your right leg out, and swap and change. And swap and change. Keep that chest up really high. Look at that belly. And make those legs as long and strong as you can. Can you curl up higher? It's a good opportunity every time that knee comes in to pull and lift your chest. Pull and lift. Pull and lift. Now singles might be plenty. Otherwise, let's take it to doubles. Both knees in. As you reach them away, reach your arms over. Circle them around. Pull it in. Reach them over. And pull it in. Chin is just off that chest. If you need to lower your chest, come back to where we were previously, guys. That is absolutely fine. You do you. Otherwise, let's go 6 here. And then pull it in. And 5. Let's go for 4. Stretch. Turn on those thighs. And 3. So good. And 2. All right, last one. Maybe can you go for a hold? Stretch those legs out. Hold it there. Scoop that belly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and lie down. So good. Little massage of that lower back, and then let's make your body really long. Stretch your legs out. Grab your fingertips. Really reach them away. Making that body as long as you can. Reach your toes away. Lengthen your elbows. It's like someone's pulling on your feet, but also on those wrists, elongating. Letting those ribs flare. Awesome. All right, release those arms. We're going to roll over onto your left side. Okay, a little side lying. So relax your head on your left bicep. Okay, straight arm or bent arm, whatever's more comfy for you. Let's stack those knees, they're bent, and just check your heels are in line with your bottom. So if you were up against a wall, heel, bottom, head and shoulders would be in contact. Top hand to hip, give it a press away. Create some space between your bottom waist and the mat. Heels glued together, your top knee is going to find that lift. And that lower basic clam. I put out some feelers, what requests, what were people after before I got to filming today. And of course, clams please came up. Someone's feeling it, want to have a bit of a lie down. Your wish is my command. But let's still get to work here, all right? Great opportunity to find that hip rotation, find that connection from deep in that hip socket. As you take your time, don't just throw your leg around. Squeeze your heels together. And then find that lift. While of course, keeping that length through your waist. We're not just taking a holiday. All right, 6 more here before we start to open that whole leg up. In 5. Check you've got that length in your lower back, tailbone slightly back. In 3. Just think about all the common mistakes I might see in class just to remind you. In 2. All right, last one, heels together. Lower the knee, it's the whole shape. Knee, shin, and ankle lift together, and then lower back down. Okay, lift it all up. Don't lead with just the foot. Okay, we see a lot of this. Bring the knee with the ankle as we lift and lower. Just check in, head, neck, and shoulders are nice and relaxed, relaxing the jaw. You can close down your eyes. I'll give you lots of instructions so you know what's to come. If that helps you relax the upper body. All right, there's that right hip, making itself known. Let's go 5 more, and we'll hold that leg up. In 4. You've got 3. Last 2. All right, we're going to lift that leg up nice and high. We're going to find a corkscrew. We rotate your knees together, top ankle lifts, and then heel together, top knee lifts like the clam. All right, so rotate, internal rotation, knee tap. And then heels connect. Take a long journey, but that top hand is monitoring that we're keeping that pelvis nice and still. as you continue with that little rotation. Knees together, and then your heels. Let's go 5 here. Starting to sting. In 4, we'll keep your knees together. In 3. In 2. All right, let's bring those knees together. Really corkscrew that ankle up. You're just gonna push it away. Stretch it, bring it back in. Connect and stretch. Bring it in. So reaching that leg a little bit behind you. Really lengthen out. Control back in. Keeping the rest of your body nice and still. Let's go 5 here. Flex that foot, drive your heel away. And 4. Reconnecting in 3. In 2. Last one, stretch it away. Let's bring the knees to meet. Corkscrew the knee up. Heels connect, squeeze them. Knee is lifted, pulse it up. Woo! Up. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Well done, glute. Give it a tap out. Okay, so good. Let's come up from here. So we're gonna have hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Just take a little pelvic tilt, little wag of your tail, whatever you feel you need there to release that bottom. Have a little sip of water as well if you need. Okay, then setting up with a nice flat back. Shoulders set away from those ears. Let's get that right leg moving again. Should feel good. Little active recovery. You stretch it away. You draw it back in under your hip. So it doesn't quite rest as it comes back to the mat. And then reach it all the way back out again. So full extension through the knee. Point through the toes, stretch the ankle, press it away. All right, so focusing on keeping your body centered. You might find you kind of want to take that shift to the left. Try and stay as centered as you can as you find that length. And then if you're feeling good here, we're going to get that left arm moving. So let's pick it up. Let's reach it away as it comes in just alongside your ribs. Don't touch the mat, and then lengthen. So we're just balancing now on that right hand, that left knee. Bring it in, reach it away. Back staying flat the whole time. Just keep breathing. Don't mind too much when you do. Just breathe. Let's go 6 here, guys. In 5, let's hold it long. In 4. 3 to go. In 2. Let's reach it all the way out nice and long. Keep the limbs the same height. Can you glide them out on the diagonal? A few inches, zip them back to parallel. Glide it out, glide in. These are always really hard because you're trying to keep the limbs the same height as you find that glide, which is not easy. Let's go 5 more here. Out, use your inner thigh to pull the leg back in. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Last 1, bring it back to that parallel. Hold it, little pulses, lift and lift. Give me 8. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Bring the knees to the mat, just send your hips back for a sec. Reach those arms forward, lengthen out through the shoulders, round that lower back. And then from there, bring yourself upright. We find a high kneel position. Okay, we're gonna step your right foot forward, okay? Give yourself space so your foot's not too far back, okay? So the knee is just above the ankle, square it off, and then curl your left toes under behind you. Okay, now we'll just take a little stretch to start. Tuck your tailbone, let your hips drop forward, reach that left arm up to ceiling, and take a stretch to your right. This is the nice bit, just enjoy it there for a moment. And then bring yourself upright. Let's cross your hands over your chest. All right, now from here, with a long spine, I just want you to take a hinge over your front leg, okay? Not like this. Reach with a flat back and then drive through your heel to lift back up. All right, so you take that hinge over the leg and then you rise. So what you'll probably feel as you hinge forward is a bit of a stretch maybe in that right hamstring. All right, and you'll feel that right glute work to lift you back up again, okay? So hinge it forward and then drive it back up. I am gonna layer this sequence. It's gonna get pretty juicy through those legs. All right, so take breaks as you need. Think really wide sit bones as you hinge forward. All right. When you're ready, make sure those left toes are curled under behind you. As you take that forward hinge, can you hover your back leg? It's straight. You'll find yourself in a lunge. You then lower the knee, you lift your torso back to that start position. So hinge forward, stretch that leg back, you hold it. Control the descent, lift the torso as you come back down. All right, so step by step, stretch. Slowly lower and lift. And you might find you need a little extra padding under that left knee here. If you need to fold up your mat, get a little rolled up towel by all means. And if you also just need to come back to that hinge for a couple of reps before you add that full lunge, go for it. Let's go for 5 here. Not for the faint-hearted. Let's go 4 more. So good to feel that glute and hamstring working in synergy. We're going to stay up in 3, in 2. All right, next time you're at the top, guys, let's hold it there. Yes. Can you reach your arms forward, shift your weight into that front leg, bend your elbows, bring your toes alongside that right heel, stretch back out, bring it in. Make it a big stretch and reach. Pull it in. So you're keeping that right knee soft, your hips are back, your spine is long. It's a tap, and it's a tap rather than really heavily transferring weight into that foot. Reach and in. 8 here. Unclaw your toes on the right. And 7, get a little lower. It's not over. Let's go 5. In 4, you get a brief rise. In 3, in 2. Last one, we're going to rise all the way up. I'm going to turn to face you. Your left toes are alongside your right heel. Turn your right toes out slightly. Chest up, hands to hips. Let's take a curtsy. You step your left foot behind and slightly to the right. Bend your knees, you find a diamond. Then you rise, toes alongside. So drop, open the knees and lift. That's where that clam shape comes back in. It's a slight forward hinge of your torso in this curtsy as you drop it down. But again, let's keep long through your back. Are you sick of me saying that? No slumping. Open those knees. There is some weight transfer into that back foot this time. But really drive through that front heel to lift. Let's add on. Drop it down, hold it. Lift your front heel, lower it, and then all the way back up. Yes. Get down, lift the heel, balance, lower the heel. That's tough. It's okay if you wobble. It's the only way we work to improve that balance. Lift and lower. Up you come. Can you get deeper into those legs? Lift that heel higher. 4 more, and then let's stay down. So good. Embrace that turnout. 3. And lift. Last 2. And rise. Next time you're down, stay there, just the heel lift. Up and down. Open that chest, lift and lower. 6 here. Then you either keep that heel up or lower it if you need to. 4 more. Stay with those shakes. 3. Can you get lower? And 2. Let's do it together, guys. Last one. Maybe keep the heel up, pulse the hips. There's a stretch in sight. 8. Do what you need through your hands. Pray for dear life. 6. 5. Hold your gaze. 4. 3. 2. 1. Up you come. Shake out that right leg. Holy dooly. Let's give that right glute a bit of love, I reckon. Find the mat. Take a forward fold there, guys. Soften your knees. Wag your tail, your hips side to side. And then let's walk it forward. We'll find that plank. Just briefly, bring that right shin across the mat. Slide that left leg back. Pull that left hip right up to that right heel. That might be plenty, or you can come down to those forearms and rest that head to hands if you need. Ooh, and just enjoy it. That's the reward. So surrendering that forehead to your hands if you like. Just pull those shoulders back. Take another breath. You could stay here all day. All right, then coming back to those hands, curl those left toes. Just lift your hips up to that down dog. Chest to thighs. Take a little pedal. Oh yeah. Driving that right heel down. And the left. One more each side. Drop both heels, soften the knees. Let's make your way down, pivoting around. We are gonna lie on your right side. What a treat. Okay, so stacking those legs, resting your head on your bicep. Set yourself up, your heels in line with your bottom, like you're glued against a wall. Give yourself time to really sort yourself out. Press that top hip away, heels glued together, and then we start with that top knee lift, okay? Squeezing the heels to really encourage that connection. Those deep rotators, stabilizers of the hip. Don't be surprised if that right hip is still zinging a little bit. It's done a heck of a lot, that's understandable. Just kind of try and let that leg be heavy into the floor. Focusing now on that top leg, and that nice long waist and that relaxed head and neck. Can you get a little bit more height with each lift? Easy to get distracted and kind of cheat the range. Really make the most of each rep. That's it. That's the thing about working with your body. Okay, you're actually the decider of how hard you work, rather than a piece of equipment dictating. You are the equipment. Let's go 4 more. In 3, we'll get that whole leg moving. In 2. All right, knee, shin, and ankle. They lift together and then lower, whole shape. Remember, not just the foot, okay? Lift that shin, that knee, along with the ankle. Brilliant. Just checking in, tailbone back, haven't started to kind of tuck under. So it tends to happen when that butt gets tired and we try and hide it away. Keep wide through those sit bones. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's go 6 and we'll get into that little corkscrew in 5. Relax the shoulders, 4 more. And 3, pace nice and consistent. And 2. All right, let's lift that leg up. We take a twist, knees tap, and then your heels connect. And knees, take a long journey, lift, but not so big that the pelvis rocks and rolls all over the shop. Tap and connect. Yes. 5 here, and then we'll meet with those knees together. In 4. Have you started to curl into the fetal? Lengthen out. 3. Last 2. All right, knees together, foot flex, drive it away. Stretch, draw it in. Can you get that knee dead straight as you reach it slightly behind you? Push, in it comes. 5 here, and we'll meet with those knees back together. In 4. And 3. Let's go for 2. Last one, draw those knees back together and then spiral the knee up. Heels connect, give them a squeeze, flick the knee up. Ooh, up for 8, 7, 6, go for it. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, Lordy. Tap it out, well done. Give it some love. All right, then from there, my friends, let's spin around. We're gonna have hands and knees back to the mat. Just take a little wag, a little figure 8, a little sexy cat, whatever you feel you need just to really let go through that left bottom. And then when you're ready, let's set back up into your 4 points. So you've got hands under shoulders, knees under hips, lift up across the chest, spiral those shoulder blades back, zip up that belly. It's left leg this time that finds that extension. You draw the knee back under your hip, then reach it straight back out again. So try and just hover off the mat when it comes in rather than resting it down. Organize yourself so that you are nice and centered, shoulders, trunk and pelvis. So we're not collapsing over to that right side. And remember, it's all about that length, not the height. You don't need to look like an acrobat. Midsection, nice and stable as that leg reaches long. Turning on your thigh, your calf to find that full length. Now that might be enough for you if you want more. Let's add that right arm reach, and then it pulls in just by your ribs. Avoid the mat, reach back out. So now to stabilizing left hand, right knee. Reach and return. Focus on that brief pause when you reach that full extension before you then give into the bend. Push out of the mat through the heel of hand, fingertips on the left. 5 here, and then we'll hold it long. And 4. 3 to go. And 2. Let's do it. Reach it all the way out nice and long. Hold, little glides out on the diagonal, a few inches. Zip it back to the midline. Glide it out, glide it in. Use your inner thigh to pull the leg back through center. 5 here, don't let them drop. Just the pulses to finish in 4. You got it. 3, lift. Ooh, and 2. Last one, bring it to parallel. Reach it longer, lift it a little higher, pulse it, yes. And lift. You've got 8, 7, just 6, 5, go for 4, 3, 2, 1, yup. Send it back. Reach those arms away. Whoa. Lengthen out that lower back, press the tailbone down, little rocks. So good. All right, then shifting into that high kneel. Yes. Lunges on the other side, we love it. Left foot is forward. Okay, so we get that little stretch to begin, nice bit. Tuck the bum, let the hips dive forward. Okay, that right arm reaches up and over to the left as you really open up the front of your pelvis there, the right thigh. Inhale, let it go. And then coming up from there. Okay, so make sure you set up nicely. You can adjust if you need. Right foot curled under behind you. Extra padding under the knees is your option if you need. Let's cross your hands over your chest. We're gonna take that hinge over your left leg. Not here, flat back, and then drive back up. So hinge and lift. Feel your weight transfer forward. And then rise. Okay, find that hinge and lift. It's really tough to keep the length through your back if you're tight across your chest and you're tight in those hammies, I know. So just be really conscious of that. It's like you're sticking your butt out and lifting back up. So this is your level 1 here. You can always just come back to it, stick with it. Plenty of work to be done here. Drive it forward and lift. Now, if you're ready to add on, I think you know where we're going. We're gonna find that hinge. You stretch back leg, hold, long lunge. Slowly lower the knee, lift the torso back up. Find that hinge, simultaneous, lift of the knee, stretch. Control down, lift the torso. And again, hinge it forward. Stretch it back. Control lower, up you come. Keep it going. We'll feel so different one side versus the other. I feel like I could almost be here all day compared to my right side. Maybe not all day, but a few more reps. Stretch, drop, and lift. Let's go 5 more, okay? Maybe you alternate, 1 knee down, 1 knee up. 4 more. Hinge, stretch. I know. Let's go 3. Push it away. Let's go lefties. And 2. All right, my friends, we made it, sort of. Next time you're at the top, hold it. Shift that weight forward, reach those arms long. Let's bend the elbows, bring the toes alongside your heel, stretch it away. Bring it in, stretch, get down into that front knee. Your bum is out, core is on, and remember it's just a tap of the toes behind, tap alongside. So don't kind of shift your weight forward and back. Stay forward in that front leg as much as it wants to offload itself. Stretch and pull. Let's go 6. You get to rise in 5, make it count. Let's go 4. Hips wide for 3. Last 2. Last 1, bring yourself up. I'm gonna pivot round to face you. Turn your left toes out a little bit. Right toes alongside, hands to hips. Chest proud, step back, step behind. Find your curtsy, knees bent. Drive through your heel, toes just come up alongside and then drop, catch the toes. And lift. Like before, there's a slight hinge forward. Each time you find that curtsy from the hips, do what you want with your hands. Maybe 1 hand small of back, 1 hand rib cage at the front to check you're nice and long. or hands to hips to open up your shoulders. Drop. Can you press those knees apart and drive through that front heel as you lift? Let's start to challenge that balance. So we get low, lift the heel, lower the heel, lift it up, okay? Get down, lift. Find a spot to hold your gaze. That will help with your balance. Drop, lift. Slowly lower rather than just letting it collapse, which means it's probably a little shaky. Those lower calf muscles working, doing the most. Drop, woo, lift. Let's go 4 more, guys. Make it count. Get right down. You've got 3 to go. And 2. All right, let's do it. Stay down, just the heel lift and lower. You could maybe have a chair with alongside, fingertips just balancing. Otherwise, embrace the wobbles, improving your balance with every rep. Get a little lower, 4 more, and then that heel either stays up or it can hit the mat in 3, so close. In 2, that glute stretch is in sight. Last one, maybe lift it up, pulse it down and down. For 8, 7, heel up, knees wide. For 5, do whatever you need with your hands. For 3, 2, 1, yeah! Well done, up you come. So good, guys. Shake out those quaddies, find the mat. Soft knees, inhale, reach it up. Oh, yep. Take it wide, tuck the chin, hang over those legs, soften the knees, let the lower back round out, wag your tail. Find your center, let's walk it out, find that plank, guys, hands under shoulders, just for a moment. Left leg comes across the mat, knee left, foot right, slide that right leg back. Opening up across your chest, bring that right hip to heel. That might be enough, or maybe if your hips, your arms will allow, surrender your forehead down to your hands, but melt those shoulders away from your ears. And let's take some nice deep breaths there. Letting that heart rate drop back down, letting those ribs really move as you breathe. Now, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. There's a teeny bit of work to come, but it's going to be over before you know it. Blink and you'll miss it. So just enjoy this little stretch. All right, then when you're ready, let's come back to those hands, guys. Lift that chest, curl those right toes, shoot the hips to ceiling as the left toes meet the right. Take that little pedal, one side and the other. Drop both heels down. Let's lower the knees down to the mat. Okay, last bit, I promised. Okay, hands under those shoulders, knees under your hips, your back is flat. Lift up across your chest, curl your toes. Okay, now there's a tray of drinks resting on your back. It's Saturday for me filming here, so let's say tray of Aperols, I reckon. Maybe it's coffees for you. Let's scoop through that belly. We're gonna hover the knees just off the mat and hold it. Okay, back is flat, chest is proud. Can we lower the knees just a tap? Lift straight back up. So there's no weight transfer, it's just a tap. And a lift, your thighs are nice and warm, as are your shoulders and your abs. Let's make the most of it. Little superset to finish. Drop and then lift. Let's go 8 here. You got it. You can come to your fists or your forearms if the wrists have had enough. Let's go 6. In 5, scoop and lift. In 4, keep those drinks really secure. Last 2. All right, legends, last one, can you hold it there? Little pulses of the hips, little lift. Let's go 8, 7, for 6, 5, final 4, 3, 2, 1, drop the knees. Now you're done. Well done, good little finisher. Knees wide, toes together, hips right back, slide the hands away, and let your elbows soften this time. Whew. Let it all go. Let your hips kind of roll one way and the other. Release those inner thighs. And then let's bring those knees together. A little stretch to finish here. Bring your right foot forward. All right, now square off the hips. Let's find that lunge like we did previously. Arm up, but we're really going to embrace it. Tuck the tailbone, arch the back. Reach that right arm over. So opening up through that left side. Should feel a treat. Lots of ab work in there. Lots of thighs. Bring yourself up. Let's bring those hands to frame that right foot. Take some shifts back, rock back, lift the toes, lengthen the knee, and then shift forward, drop the hips. Hips back as you lengthen, hips forward as you glide forward. 2 more. It's a juicy bridges in there, so this should feel good. Hold it back. Maybe take a little pivot, toes out, toes to parallel. Toes out, back to center. Might feel a bit nasty. Work the range that you can manage. 2 more. Last one. Shift it forward, just bring that knee back. Find that high kneel, left leg forward. Tuck the bottom and then lean forward, but keep the tuck. Right arm up and over to your left, opening up that right hip. Deep breath. And then coming up, let's frame that left foot, shifting your weight back, lift the toes, lengthen the knee, and then glide it forward. Drop the hips, and again, shift it back, drop the hips. Hips back, toes up. You might look completely different to me if you're a little bit more mobile in the back of the legs. That's okay, we are all unique. Let's hold the next one back. Spiral toes to the left, back through center, to the left, and center. Maybe you just want to stick with your glides if that's better for you. 1 more. Back through center, hand inside the foot, sweep the knee back, walk the hands to the knees, guys. Roll to your heels, hips up, chest down, soft bend in the knees. Have a little sway, take the elbows, hang heavy, release the arms. Let's slowly roll back up, piece by piece. Whew. Last thing, head and shoulders, give the shoulders a roll. Definitely give yourselves a pat on the back. Well done, guys. Thanks for joining me today.